We haven't even had a chance to mourn Dolly properly, and we lose Tim. I understand that these people were hurting in their own way. They had issues that made it hard for them to live the best life possible. They still did their damnedest, right? So at least they're not suffering anymore. And, we're not close family and friends. Not all of us, anyways, are close family and friends to these people. So, what right do I have to feel bad about these people leaving us than the next person, right? But still, it hurts a lot. Dolly and Tim are both people I looked up to. And to lose Catherine O'Hara, Tim Curry, Dolly Parton, Sam Neill, all in the span of 2-3 months? I was telling my best friend yesterday, we were talking about Dolly, and I'm like, we don't even have time to grieve anymore. Life just has to move on, right away. Barely had a chance to accept that Dolly passed away, and now I gotta accept that Tim's passed away. I haven't even had a chance to grieve the first person we lost. I'm still kind of getting over Sam. And these aren't even family members, man. I don't know how I'll feel when close family members eventually kick the bucket, but how are we supposed to just move on with our lives when these people disappear from it, Tim was an amazing person, man. My buddy and I are big into things like Dungeons and Dragons and what have you, and we were making a video one day where it was one of his books. He was reading a book on dragons, and he wanted to make a video where we would both talk as these characters and discuss the dragons and stuff. I was like, okay, that sounds cool, and we're trying to find a voice for this character, and I'm reading over all this stuff, and I'm thinking, this is absolutely Tim Curry, this character, if they were to ever portray him on screen, would have to be played by Tim Curry. This is the perfect role. I'll have to ask my buddy what the name of that guy was, because he read so much like Tim Curry, Tim always had a way of making everything seem very flamboyant. He had this attitude. I can't properly impersonate him, but everything was very juicy the way he would speak. And you could immediately recognize something was Tim, no matter what it was, just on his voice and mannerisms alone. You'd be like, yeah, that's Tim Curry. And it didn't take away from the character. You know how sometimes when you can recognize an actor and it kind of is like, oh yeah, that's that guy. For the Tim, it was different. You could recognize Tim could be in the heaviest layer of makeup. You wouldn't even look like Tim, and he would sound completely different. You'd be like, that's Tim! That's Tim Curry, man! How are we supposed to grieve, man? I wanted to break down and cry when I first saw the news, and now I'm just at that point where, yep, time to move on. On to the next thing. I know his family is going to be a lot more devastated than the fans of his work ever will be. But again, these are people I've looked up to in my life, and it's hard. It's really difficult. I want to sit here and just have a good cry for an hour or something about him, and Dolly, and Sam, and Catherine O'Hara, just everybody I've ever lost that I've looked up to. I didn't get a chance to grieve Robin Williams properly. Damn, like, just life moves on. We forget. Sometimes we don't. But how? What? I feel like humanity is being lost when you can't actually take a minute to just miss somebody, I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was a fictional book or what, but there was once a saying where you die 3 times. You die when you leave this mortal realm, you die when you're put in the ground, and you die when your name is uttered for the last time, and that's like your final death. And the thing about all these people, they're going to live on in our hearts and minds and memories, in our history books forever. Because they were just badass people, right? Tim is a fucking absolute legend. And they're going to live forever because of it. It's going to be hard knowing that they're no longer with us. I'm trying not to think about all the other people I look up to that are much, much older, because I don't want to jinx it, My buddy said that things happen in 3s, and I don't want to think about that because I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to think about it anymore. It's just really hard, man. Rest in peace, you absolute fucking legend, man. You gave us a lot of laughs. I'm at a loss for words with how much you meant to a lot of people. And I know people who are even bigger fans that are going to be absolutely devastated. My buddy included, when I was making that Dragon video on, he's a much bigger fan of Tim Curry than I am. Love and hug the people you love while you can, man, because you never know when it's our last day. You never know. So make sure you let people know you love them. Make sure you let them know you care. Just don't let people go their life without knowing that you're thinking of them. Because tomorrow they could be gone, or you could be gone, and you won't get another chance.